Yes, people, what is good? Welcome back to my channel. It's Tapping Tobs here, back with another post-match reaction. Oh boy, where do I begin? Spurs have travelled to West London to play Fulham, and we've been beaten 3-0. Comprehensive beatdown. That's the first loss we've had at Craven Cottage in 16 years in the Prem. 16 years. The first loss. And that's not even the worst of it, man. Listen, before we get into it, I don't want to do all this like, share, subscribe shit. Don't care about all of that, right? I want to talk about Fulham because I don't want to let my analysis of Tottenham sort of take away from what they did in this game, because they turned up today. That's the one thing I can give Fulham, one amongst many things I can give Fulham credit for, right? Only one team really wanted to win that game of football today, and it showed. I thought Fulham were fantastic. I even woke up late. That's what's mad. I woke up late, so I missed the first 5 minutes. But within a minute of watching the game, I saw what I missed in the first 5 minutes, which was Spurs being sloppy, Fulham being great, Fulham moving the ball well, Fulham working the wide areas well, Fulham getting attempts at goal, Fulham peppering our goal in the opening 10, 15 minutes. I saw a glimpse of that in 1 minute. And it's just embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. I got my notes here, but to be honest, I don't really need the notes. I know what I watched. I saw a Fulham side who were so much more aggressive off the ball, right? I saw a Fulham side who came to play, who were confident in playing out from the back. I saw a Fulham team who really moved that ball well all over the pitch. They spread that ball well, and they capitalised on the gaps out wide. We have such a narrow shape in possession because we tuck our fullbacks in, and they exploited that out wide. They didn't even need to be super direct, but when they were direct, they were fantastic. They caused us all sorts of problems today, man. Like on both sides, Anthony Robertson completely dominated his entire flank. He locked up Kulusevski, which wasn't that hard to do. A lot of people aren't struggling to do that in 2024, even though Kulusevski played well last week in the second half. But hey ho, Anthony Robertson locked down Kulusevski, right? Was bringing all of the traffic on that left-hand side. We had no answer for it. And then the same on the right-hand side. Iwobi just picking up all sorts of dangerous spaces. Like we weren't able to defend the dynamic that Fulham posed towards us, especially in the opening stages of the first half and the opening stages of the second half. It's absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm sorry. And I know it's I don't want to, again, I'm doing that thing where I'm sort of digging at Spurs, but let me just keep it on Fulham on what they did well today, right? So they worked the ball, in my opinion, into the same situation. They were getting so much success in the half spaces and the wide areas on both sides. They got so much success. I saw the same move over and over again. I saw the same outcome over and over again. Work the ball out wide, overlap, in between the wide space and our centre-backs, into the half spaces and a cutback. The amount of times we had to defend those cutbacks and crosses in the first half was ridiculous. How Fulham went 1-0 up earlier was beyond me. That's how dangerous they were. Iwobi was causing all sorts of problems on his side with Destiny as well, who had a poor game today. We have to say, had a really, really poor game today. It was just poor, but that was largely because of the good work Fulham did. They really caused us a lot of problems. They really did. I felt, as I said, Anthony Johnson had a jolly up. Iwobi was pulling strings, slicing us with his passes. Palhinha was just clamping up and eating up everything in the midfield. Was fisting up our midfielders, right? And then Muniz finding space. Not because, our centre-backs are poor, etc., but because he did well. And you saw that for the goal he took. All of their goals today, no complaints. Every single goal they scored today, I was like, yep, it's coming. Yep, it was coming. No complaints. They were good today. They were good value for their win. I don't know whether 3-0 was a fair scoreline, based off what I'm going to get into, but the fact of the matter is they were quite clearly the better side than Spurs today, so I'm not mad at Fulham with a 3-0 result, right? That's their thing. They played well today. They turned up. They deserved the result. But now I need to get onto Spurs, because that was an absolutely shambolic performance. Absolutely pathetic performance. And I tweeted this when we were 1-0 down. Completely undoing. In fact, it was 2-0 down when I tweeted this. Completely undone all of our good work last week. What was the point? What was the point in going to Aston Villa's ground, beating them, scoring 4 goals, boosting your goal difference? What was the point if you were just going to erode all of that in today's performance? When I say Fulham turned up today, we did the exact opposite. We didn't turn up. We were so passive. It's almost like we expected that Fulham were just going to roll over and get us the points. Today isn't even just tactics. I'll get onto Ange in the second half because I think there's things he could have done better. But today, a game like today, it's not tactics. Tactics goes out the window. Today is a simple case of, did you want it enough? Were you aggressive off the ball? Were you tidy and sharp on the ball? If you're not going to do any of these things well, you're not going to win games of football. You're just not going to win games of football. There's barely an easy game in the Prem. There isn't. You have to work for your results in the Prem. And that team played like they were expecting to put in the bare minimum and leave with 3 points. It's absolutely embarrassing. And I'm so angry. I'm so angry because it's like we put ourselves in such a good position last week. And now we've taken a beating on our goal difference. We've lost 3 on our goal difference. And now Aston Villa have a chance to basically re-establish that 5-point gap. If they go to West Ham tomorrow and win. If they go to West Ham tomorrow and win. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing, bro. Like, you had it in your hands. You had it in your hands where if you won all your games or if you accumulated enough points or won your game in hand, you go into 4th. Today, psychologically, that could have been a big blow for Aston Villa. It could have been a big blow for Aston Villa. Spurs beating you last week and now leapfrogging you into 4th. It could have been a big blow, and it puts pressure on them in what is going to be a difficult game against West Ham away. But no. We give them encouragement. We give them encouragement, bro. Let me start off with the midfield, man, because oh my days. Maddison is the only player that comes off with any sort of credit today. And even then, I'm capping it, right? Because on the ball, I thought he was decent today. He created 2 chances. Son, Brennan Johnson should have done better in both. And yeah, that's about it. He had 2 moments himself. One of them, he really should be hitting the target. He should be. Missed a big chance. But what annoyed me about James Maddison, and it's not just exclusive to Maddison, is off the ball today, where he's actually really good, where he's good at nicking the ball off the opponent in the final third. He didn't do any of that today. And it wasn't just him. Basuma, absolutely terrible today. Terrible. When are we going to see an 8 out of 10 performance from Basuma? When? Since he's come back, it's either been downright shocking or average, right? The best it has got for Basuma in 2024 are 6.5s, maybe a 7 out of 10, maybe. But we're more used to 5 out of 10s, 4 out of 10s. Today was another terrible performance. We can't afford for our best defensive midfielder to be playing like this. And then Maddison, back on you. Off the ball today, atrocious. Fulham were playing through us with ease. The whole midfield, so poor today, so passive. I said this when we played Brighton. What is the point in playing a high line if the midfield and the attack are not going to put pressure on the opposition? It defeats the purpose. It honestly defeats the purpose. You're literally leaving the defence on an island there with no protection. If you aren't willing to put in the hard yards, what's the point? What is the point? Apologies if I'm shouting, but I'm still vexed. Sarr today was poor. That's the problem today with our midfield, with Sarr and Maddison. It was moments. Maddison had an average game today. Average performance. Sarr was poor. Downright poor. Yes, he did some good things in the last 10-15 minutes of the first half, but that's not enough in a 90-minute game of football. After these guys were one of our best players, especially in the second half last week. It's not good enough. You have to be better. The way in which Fulham were just playing for our midfield, it was embarrassing. So much space, no pressure from us, so much time to play the passes, to pick their passes. It was embarrassing. And then even the giveaway, Saar, so sloppy with his passing. Gave away the ball a couple of times. Basuma, bubbly touches. Gave away the ball a couple of times. Even Madison, who actually was probably the most secure in possession. I think he finished with like an 87% pass accuracy. Even him, the first 2-3 minutes of the game, he gives away the ball. How are you meant to win matches of football when your midfield are so passive off the ball and for the most part are giving away the ball when they have it? You're not going to win games of football playing like that. And then we talk about the attack. The part of the team that's meant to lead the press. The press was absolutely pathetic today. Absolutely pathetic. I think we caught them maybe 1-2 times today. The press was absolutely pathetic. It was so easy for Fulham to play through our press. What press? What press? What bloody press? What press? It was so easy. Let me calm down now. Let me lower my voice. It was so easy for Fulham to play through the press. It was so easy. So easy. So easy, bro. What press? You want to play out from the right-hand side? Easy. You want to play out through the middle? Easy. You want to play out from the left? Easy. Because our attack were just not putting enough, what? Pressure. P is for pressure. We didn't push P today. No pushing P. No pushing P. Right? We didn't put anywhere near enough pressure on Fulham. What do we think Fulham are? They're a Premier League side. They're a Premier League side. And I've seen them against the better sides at home. They've done well. This is a side that have gone to Anfield and have put in a commendable performance. The point I'm trying to make is today was never going to be an easy game. Never going to be an easy game. We were going to have to work hard for our win. And we've taken them for mugs. We've taken them for mugs. We've not shown them any respect at all. And they've absolutely blammed us out of our socks. They've blammed us out of our damn socks. Wearing that nice shiny kit and they blam me out of your socks. Embarrassing. Utterly embarrassing. And the midfield, the attack. Where was I going? The attack. Not only were the attack so crap and passive off the ball, on the ball they were absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Kulusevski, another stinky ass performance after putting small respect in your name last week. 2024, it has not been good for you, brother. This is a good player who has been really poor in most of his games in 2024. After I was just giving you praise for what you did in the second half for Aston Villa, and he just goes and does this. Why? So bad. Poor decision making, not taking good care of the ball. Bad. Son today was fantastic last week. Today, he's got to hold it. Bad. He was bad. Skied his first effort and probably his only effort, I think, at goal. Brennan Johnson today, another performance. Bad. Bad. Missed 2 good opportunities. And the second one was a criminal miss. Absolutely criminal miss. I don't even know how you miss from there. Criminal miss. You're right in front of goal. How are you missing that? On top of poor ball retention, poor execution in your dribbles, poor. The whole attack stunk today. And the guys that came on to try and change the game weren't any better. Werner came on and missed an even worse chance than Brennan Johnson. Even worse. How is that possible? You're right in front of goal. How are you missing that chance? Embarrassing misses. This is the attack that we have to rely on this season. And that's the problem. When these guys aren't sharp shooters, you're going to have games where they run hot like they did last week. And then you're going to have games like today. It's not good enough. Even Richarlison came on, had an opportunity, good chance set up for him, and he doesn't even hit the target. Of course, I'm being pedantic. I'm aiming at everyone. But the point I'm making is this. The guys who started today were bad. On and off the ball. Rubbish. And the guys who came on to change the game offered us no different in terms of what they were trying to do in that game. Right? They all missed their chances. They all didn't do enough to stop Fulham from playing out. It was bad. And then I have to get onto the defence. Destiny was absolutely awful today. Awful. Awful, bro. Even for the second goal. The ease in which Iwobi just bypassed him and plays in Castan on that right-hand side. Castan plays the cross for Lukic to score. It was bad. That was a theme all game on that side. Iwobi dealt with him, which is mad. Iwobi. Today was a terrible game for Destiny. Just couldn't deal with it on that side. And I felt like where Van der Ven is so good at coming out and trying to cover those half spaces, that's where I think Dragusin struggled today. I don't think he was actually that bad. I know people will come at me and say, oh no, Tobs, he was terrible. No. The team collectively were terrible today. I don't think Dragusin was that bad. I actually think the centre-backs were probably the only players who could hold their heads up high today. Can't really blame Vicario either, because I don't really think there's much he could have done with those 3 goals. Right? But back on Dragusin, I thought he should have done better for the first goal. I think he's got to know where Muniz is. He has to. That's your man. You got to do better there. But his individual defensive actions today, I don't think they were that bad. I don't think they were bad. Romero was probably the best player for me today. I thought his defensive actions were good. I thought his passing and use of the ball was good. But Pedro Porro today on that side, I thought he was not good on and off the ball. So collectively, you've seen from top to bottom, we have not played well. The fullbacks were poor. The midfield, off the ball, rubbish. On the ball, sloppy. The attack, off the ball, rubbish. On the ball, useless in terms of chance conversion and ball retention. It was just a shockingly bad day at the office for the entire team. Right? Bad. Lick your wounds, regroup, and come back after the international break raring to go, because now we have put ourselves in a position where we've left points, potential points that we should have been looking to get. We've left those points. Now, after the international break, once we play Luton, that's when the fixtures get tough. And even Luton at home, it's not going to be a walkover. We've got a tough run of games. We need to buck our ideas up. We still have top 4 in our hands, in my opinion. Well, it's technically not in our hands. We're 2 points behind Aston Villa. But the point I'm making is top 4 is still the target. It's still attainable. I'm still going into these matches thinking we can win some of these matches. But we cannot win if we play the way we played today. Anyway, people, make sure you like the video. Let me know your thoughts on Spurs. Let me know your thoughts on Fulham. Have I missed anything? Oh, I missed one more thing. Apologies. This is going to be a long one. Ange, the subs. I already said earlier on today, I don't think it's just down to tactics. I think the glaring intangibles about football, work rate, keeping the ball, remaining compact, I don't think we did any of those things to good effect today at all. But Ange, I felt like he should have been quicker to make some of these changes. There's no way on earth Basuma can put in that performance in 45 minutes and stay on the pitch. Sorry. No. He should have been hooked ASAP. Brennan Johnson, great last week. This week, bad. Was terrible in the first half. He could have been hooked. He wasn't. Kulusevski, bad. He could have been hooked. He wasn't. I think Ange, now we've got the squad available. We've got Lo Celso on the bench. We've got Werner on the bench. We've got Richarlison on the bench. Yes, I know these guys came on, didn't really make the impact we wanted, but the team performance was better when they came on. So, Ange, just use your subs quicker. Anyway, people, I'm out. As I said, let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know your thoughts on the performance today. Take care. Peace out.